Hello, I'm Dr. Bill Waggoner. Welcome to this week's Tuesday Tip. Today I'd like to address a question. Do zirconia crowns cause excessive wear of opposing primary enamel? Well, the short answer to this question is that it's unlikely that polished zirconia crowns cause any significant wear to opposing enamel. But having said this, I also have to tell you that to my knowledge there have been no clinical evaluations of primary tooth wear and zirconia crowns. However, a number of in vitro studies have looked at and measured enamel loss when abraded by zirconia, as well as by stainless steel and some other dental materials. Before I briefly discuss these studies, I should say that it's been known for quite some time that glazed zirconia is consistently more abrasive than polished zirconia. That's why all of the primary zirconia crown manufacturers polish the occlusal surfaces of their molars and the lingual surfaces of their incisors and canines, regardless of whether they use glaze on the rest of the crown or not. New Smile zirconia crowns are polished all over to give a super smooth polished surface both occlusally and cervically. So now I'd like to summarize some of the studies that have looked at enamel wear in zirconia. I found two recent articles that looked at glazed versus polished zirconia against enamel. In an article in the Journal of Prosthetic Dentistry, Janjavula and others looked at the wear of permanent enamel when opposed by polished, glazed, and polished then reglazed zirconia. Polished zirconia showed the least wear, even less than enamel opposing enamel. Glazed and polished then reglazed zirconia showed significantly more opposing enamel wear. Similar results were reported in a 2015 article in the Journal of the Indian Prosthodontist Society, where the polished zirconia created significantly less enamel wear than did glazed zirconia. Choi and others, in an article in the Journal of Advanced Prosthodontics, evaluated wear of stainless steel, lucite glass ceramic, lithium disilicate glass ceramic, and polished zirconia. They found that the wear of stainless steel and zirconia was similar and both caused significantly less wear than did the lucite glass ceramic or the lithium disilicate glass ceramic. In the Journal of Pediatric Dentistry in 2016, Harris and co-workers also looked at primary enamel wear when opposed by polished zirconia or alumina. Running these specimens through 800,000 cycles was meant to simulate 4 years of chewing. They found that the zirconia caused slightly more enamel wear than enamel on enamel, but the difference was not significant. They concluded that polished zirconia likely causes no more enamel loss than enamel against enamel. And in a 2019 article in the Nigerian Journal of Clinical Practice, Bolaka and Indogun compared the wear caused by polished zirconia with a nano-hybrid composite resin and enamel against enamel. They found that the polished zirconia demonstrated significantly less wear than the nano-hybrid composite resin. Now that's actually a pretty surprising finding to me. In the study, the zirconia against enamel caused significantly more wear than enamel against enamel, but less wear than that was caused by the composite resin that was tested. Finally, only one article reported distinctly different results than these ones that I've just mentioned. In a 2016 article in the Journal of Oral Health and Dental Management, Ali and co-workers looked at the wear of primary enamel caused by polished zirconia, stainless steel, and pre-veneered primary crowns, which have a veneer made of composite resin overlying the stainless steel. In opposition to the findings of the other studies, the polished zirconia demonstrated the most wear in this study, and the composite veneer had the least wear of the three materials. Now, each of these studies that I've mentioned had different methodologies for abrading and measuring the enamel loss, so it's hard to compare apples to apples. However, a consistent finding, except in the last referenced article, was that polyzirconia seems to be a less abrasive material than several other materials, and zirconia's wear of opposing enamel is likely similar to, or only slightly more than, the wear caused by enamel against enamel. So what does all this mean from a clinical standpoint? I believe it means that when we place a highly polished zirconia crowns like NuSmile zirconia crowns, wear is probably not a big concern. Understand though, if you decide to adjust the occlusion on a zirconia crown and you don't repolish that adjusted surface, you may get an inordinate amount of wear opposing that rough crown surface. I hope you found this brief literature review helpful and not too boring. But that's all for now. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next week.